job, nigga. Motivation. Nigga, get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Haters better get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job, nigga. It's motivation. Sucker nigga, get on your job. If you hate, get on your job, nigga. If you can look me in my eyes, see I'm ready for whatever. Anything don't kill me, make me better. I ain't dead, nigga. You can take the fame and the cheddar and the game and the deal. I'm still a go-getter. Take my freedom. Nigga, motivation. Nigga, get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Haters better get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Sucker nigga, get on your job. If you hate, get on your job, nigga.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Motivational Podcast. I'm your host, Eric James, EJ for short, President and CEO of E&J Motivational Service. It's always an honor and a privilege to wake up in the morning, have God breathe life in my lungs, to let my eyes wake up and have movement in my feet, my hands, and be able to give thanks to the Most High and get to live the best day of the rest of my life. Today, I'm talking about being motivated from day one, soon as my eyes open. I'm excited from day one, soon as my eyes open. I'm enthused from jump start, soon as my eyes open, knowing that I'm going to be sitting next to my big brother, my homie, my man. Tell him who you is, big bro.
Good morning to this Morning Motivational Podcast. I'm Antoine, better known as AW, President and CEO of BABL, Build a Better Life Motivational Service. We're here to give you motivation, enthusiasm, and excitement today. So tune in to us.
And that's our topic today. Hope for the best, expect the worst. And with that being said, we're going to try to give y'all everything that's in us. We're going to give it back to you. So thank y'all for being here and participating with two guys from the projects. One from Buffalo Cold Springs, one from Niagara Falls, Jordan Gardens, come together to bring y'all hoping for the best, expecting the worst Morning Motivational Podcast. Two guys that has the best interests of the world at hand. We love y'all. Stay tuned for the best episode ever, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Out of my own power, I stayed down on the ground for a long time. I was knocked down and I couldn't get up. But I got with some people who told me the victory ain't in getting knocked down, Eric. It's about getting up. So I never could get up because I always was a fighter and I never was a surrender. So I always hoped for the best because every time I did something, I wanted the $1 million. I wanted the $5 million. I wanted the big house. I wanted the pretty girl. I wanted the house. The big house with the white picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids. See, I always wanted that stuff. But I didn't want it if the wife would not listen to me. If the kids was crazy. See, I didn't want that stuff because I wasn't expecting that. In my dream, they always told us the American dream. Chase the American dream. They had that dream as a picture that was not expectations of the worst. They didn't tell me that somebody would call me the N-word. They didn't tell me that it would be trouble climbing the ladder. They didn't tell me once I get up there that my brother might take from me. They didn't tell me the bad stuff that can happen, and I wasn't focused on the bad stuff. I was only hoping for the good. So when the bad happened and knocked me down and I couldn't get up because it took me down to my very last compound. I'm talking about, but I started hoping for the best. I started expecting the worst. So when that expectation started to come true, I started to understand that I can still move forward even when the worst happened. See, I didn't think I could get up from getting knocked down. I thought when getting back up until I seen Buster Douglas. Huh? Until I seen Mike knock him down and him get back up and knock Mike out, man. For the first loss of his career. I didn't understand that, but I understood the rise of a dead man. So when you rise up from being a dead soul, your life changed because you hope for the best, bruh, and you expect the worst. Know what I mean, baby?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Our topic is hoping for the best, expecting the worst. He gave me the brief definition and introduction of what it is. Now we're going to define it. Now we're talking about hoping for the best. So we're going to talk about some hope, right?
Hope, baby.
Hope is a feeling. It's an expectation. It's a thing that we have inside of us that we want something to happen. It's the anticipation of something good. But when we're talking about expect, we're talking about the regards of something that is going to likely happen. See, that's how life is. See, life can be real good one day, but then the next day, something can happen tragically. And what are you gonna do when you expect the best out of everything that is going on, but all of a sudden life throws you a curveball?
A curveball.
What do you do then? Do you continue to keep staying in the funk of what is going on in your life? Do you allow yourself to have that self-defeated attitude? But see, you got to be built enough to be strong enough like Ford, be built tough. Because there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen to you in your life, man, that you ain't going to be expecting, but it's going to happen.
That's right.
But you got to keep on, continue to keep fighting and not give up.
Fighting.
You got to continue to keep having the will to succeed despite the odds or the opposition or whatever happens in life. So this is why we hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
It talks about in the Bible that faith is the substance of things that are hoped for. So what I just try to do is just hope for the best. I just try to just have a mustard seed of faith, man, that this is just going to work out for me despite what just happened. Because everything don't always go the way that I want it to go. But I still got to rise to the occasion, man, and stay motivated. I got to still rise to the occasion, man, to be enthusiastic. I still got to rise to the occasion, man, to stay excited, despite the opposition and the derailment and the confusions and what life throws at me.
That's right.
So I got to continue to keep my mindset and my attitude as an attitude of expectancy. What do I expect out of life, man? What do I expect to come from me, man, when life tragedies and traumas happen to me? Do I continue to keep like letting it defeat me, or do I stand up and keep fighting? You see, my brother, he got a white towel right here, y'all. We don't throw in the towel.
No.
We don't throw in the towel because we keep fighting. Because listen, man, we're talking about we talking about turning chumps into champions, and we're talking about turning whips into warriors. That's what this life is about, man. That's what this motivational podcast is about, man. We're talking about turning people that want to let life get the best of them, man, that don't want to fight, man. Listen, we're here to push you so that you can be able to fight again.
Turn your life around.
Listen, we're here to push you. We're here to have you like get to the level that you know that you can expect yourself to get to, man.
That's right.
And stop like living in a self-defeated attitude and stop like saying, oh, poor me, oh, I don't think this is gonna happen. Listen, that's what life happens. That's what life does, man. Things just happens. And there's things that we don't know why they happen, but they just does. But sometimes, man, you got to understand, man, that as long as you continue to keep staying in the process of life, man, just continue to keep staying in the journey and keep staying motivated, keep staying enthusiastic, keep staying excited. I guarantee you, as long as you continue to hope for the best, and despite expecting the worst, man, but as long as you keep pushing and you keep fighting, man, I guarantee you something good is going to come out.
I'm trying to tell you, man, listen, boy, we ain't playing with this here, hoping for the best, right? Because I remember when that was my topic, man, when that was my theme, man, hope for the best and expect the worst. How it became my theme was I used to go to court, bro. Huh? Because I was a guy in the street, man. See, I'm not telling y'all that I come from the upper class of life. I come from the inner city. Criminality was in me. Yeah. Crime was embedded in me, coming from the projects where I was raised from. JG, baby, off Highland Avenue. I'm a Highland world, baby. Yeah. Huh? My brother from CP, Cold Spring. Plains, man. I'm talking about in Buffalo, right? Where things wasn't pretty growing up.
That's right.
But we was hoping that one day I'll get out of here.
Yes, sir.
But I knew I had to expect the worst in here.
Yeah.
One day I may not make it out, man. I buried 2 brothers in the process of coming up out of there. I buried 2 brothers, man. I buried a first cousin. I buried many uncles. I buried many aunts. And most importantly, I buried the love of my life, my mother.
Yeah.
And when I laid my mom to rest, I had to learn how to start expecting the worst, man. Because everything that I said I hoped for, I knew that this devil, this negative force would try to derail me in the hope for. You said hope for is the faith, right?
Yeah.
Talk about what's in the Bible.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That hope that Satan, the devil, or the negative force is going to try to derail me from my hope. All it want to do is take my hope from me. And how do it take my hope? It get me not to expect him. Not to expect the worst. But I expect the worst, baby. And everything that I do, I expect something bad gonna happen. But when it happens, guess what I do? I keep moving, baby, because it ain't an unseen force. I see you coming. So you gotta understand, on the road to success, on the road to your passion, on the word to your gift, you're gonna be derailed. You're going to be diverted. There's going to be things that's going to come to try to take you. Fatalities. There's going to be traumas. There's going to be things that can shake your whole well-being. And if you ain't expecting that, I'm talking about when that one trauma thing happened in your life and you had to endure some pain, baby. I'm talking about pain that you ain't never had to deal with before. I'm talking about even if you expected it, you wasn't prepared for it. But expectation leads you to a softer blow. See, if I jump out of a plane, they suggest that you hit the parachute button at a certain amount of height and speed. They expect you to pull a cord. You don't expect that the cord won't work.
Yeah.
But so you hope for the best.
Yeah.
So when you pull the cord, I hope that this parachute come out, baby. But in the back of my mind somewhere, it's the expectations if it don't. What if it don't work? What are you going to do, baby? Are you prepared for that? See, that's the stuff I have to prepare myself for. Because if I'm not prepared for that type of stuff, right, I don't know if I'm going to get to where I got to get to. Because it ain't going to be a yellow brick road. It ain't going to be a rainbow to get there. The rainbow is in the journey. The rainbow is getting through that tough stuff. The rainbow is being able to survive that successful stuff. See, you got to be able to get through good, bad, and indifferent. That's the hoping for the best and expecting the worst. Be motivated. Be excited, baby. Be enthusiastic for this journey. See, life is a journey, and I don't care which journey you take. Just take a journey for you. Once you tap into your passion, hope for the best in it. But always remember that there's expectations of the worst. There are some things that can happen, but remember, every mistake we make is a progress. It's not the end of the world. It's a learning process. Living life is a process of learning. What's good and what's bad. Can you stand in the mix of some quicksand? Can you hope for the best, man? Cause all we ever wanted to do, all I ever wanted to do was to have a hope. I didn't know nothing about the best. I always hoped for wanting to be like Nino Brown. I wanted to be like Goldie, the Mac. I wanted to be like Frank White from the King of New York. Because I'm from New York, baby. But if you from any other state, be a motivator in that state. Hope for the best. Expect the worst. Stand up in your state, baby. Because I believe in you. The enthusiasm that we share is worldwide. It ain't limited to no blocks no more. We taking this thing across the world. So if you in Australia, welcome to the Morning Motivational Podcast with Eric James and Antoine White, EJ for short, President and CEO of E&J Motivational Service, A-Dub for short, AW, President and CEO of BABL, Build a Better Life Motivational Service. And this thing that we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's not scripted. This is morning motivation, unscripted, baby.
Yes, sir.
Huh? You tuning in to two guys that started on the bottom. That's on our way to number one in the world. And with the help of y'all gonna take us to the dream, baby. But on the way to the dream, we expect the worst. There's gonna be people that's gonna doubt us. There's gonna be haters that's gonna hate on us. But guess what we gonna do anyway? In spite of that, we gonna hope for the best for them too, baby.
Yes, sir.
I hope that everybody find their motivation. I hope that everybody find their excitement. I hope that everybody find their enthusiasm. Why? Because it's needed to be productive, to be responsible, and to move in the mix of expecting the worst. Know what I mean, big bruh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We're talking about hoping for the best, man, expecting the worst. And sometimes, man, we'll forget about hoping for the best because we'll be so caught up in expecting the worst.
That's right.
Because we'll get so caught up in it, man, that we'll define our life by expecting the worst. We'll start telling ourselves these negative things. We'll start just living in this negative force, man, and this negative energy, man, because we'll start telling ourselves, like, I don't deserve what is good for me. I don't deserve what is best for me. Well, I'm here to tell you that, listen, you don't have to live your life like that. You don't have to think like that. Listen, because when you keep living and talking that nothing but bad is going to happen, listen, that's what you're going to get in the end. Nothing but bad results.
That's right.
Listen, but when you start to change your mindset, when you start to change your spirit,
get up!
To dig deep within yourself, when
dig
you start
deep,
the endurance to be able to get through all of that bad stuff or the things that you expected to happen. But I'm here to tell you, man, listen, I'm talking about hoping for the best.
Hope for it.
I'm talking about living in the expectations of knowing that despite the odds of what happens to me in life, man, I know the best is going to come out. What's the best that's going to come out? Listen, that I'm going to continue to keep being me. I'm going to continue to keep being a new me. I'm going to see the best version of who I am.
That's right.
Because I'm going to live in the best of what the hope that I expect to happen for me, man. This is what we're talking about, man.
Yes,
we're talking about hoping for the best, man. But we know that we have to expect the worst. But you have to prepare yourself while you're hoping for the best. You got to prepare yourself that even though that when good things are happening and going on in your life, man, everything can be smooth. But trust and believe me, at some point in this journey of life, man, you're going to hit a bump in the road.
You're going to hit a bump, baby.
There's going to be times, man, where you're going to have to, your GPS of life is going to say you're going to have to reroute.
Reroute.
Yeah, you're going to have to go another way. And sometimes, man, when you're rerouting, man, and you're having to go another way, it ain't going to tell you that in the journey of life, man, that you might get caught in a traffic jam. You ain't going to, it's not going to tell you that, you know, right here, you're going to have to go through this detour. You might have to go a longer way. You might have to go through a way that's going to be bumpy, that's going to be potholes, that's going to be, you might even have to end up having to wait in a long line while the construction workers stand there with the stop sign.
Woo!
What are you going to do when you in the waiting room?
Be patient, baby.
What are you going to do when you got to stop?
Woo!
And then you got to allow the things that God got prepared for you to catch up to you. What are you going to do then? You just got to be able to be patient enough, man, to just continue to keep hoping for the best, man. And that despite what is happening, and even though that we can expect the worst, man, but as long as I live in my motivated attitude, as long as I stay in my enthusiastic attitude, as long as I stay in my excited attitude, none of that stuff will have me living my life and expecting the worst all the time. Because there's some things that I can be able to expect, man, as long as I continue to hope for the best.
That's right, baby.
I can start expecting some good stuff to happen.
Yes,
I can start expecting some courageous things to happen for me. I can be able to open myself and be receptive to the things that I know that I can expect to happen that's going to elevate my life.
That's right, baby.
I don't always have to have a self-defeated attitude when life throws a derailment or throws a curveball at me, man.
No,
listen,
sir.
when life throws lemons at you, guess what you do? You make lemonade out of it. That's what you do, man. You stand up despite all of the oppositions that happen to you. Trust and believe me, man, it's gonna be a time in your life, man, where we're expecting the worst. And this is how you expect the worst, when you prepare yourself for hoping for the best. Because there's gonna be some people that's gonna talk about you. There's gonna be some people that's gonna doubt you. There's gonna be some people that's gonna say he ain't gonna be nothing. There's gonna be some people that's gonna say, I don't think he's gonna make it. But listen, after a while, man, you gotta allow yourself to be able to change the mindset of what those people are trying to instill in you. You can't let those seeds of those negative people germinate in your life anymore.
Woo! Germinate, baby.
You can't let that stuff spread into your spirit anymore. Because guess what happens? When you expect the worst, what happens is those seeds that they planted to you, that's what happens. The voice of them, it changes. You know who voice it becomes? It becomes your own.
Your own voice.
You start telling yourself that you ain't gonna be nothing. You start telling yourself that you ain't gonna, you ain't deserving of it. You ain't worthy of getting this. But here I'm here to tell you. But as long as you cut yourself off from the germinated spirit of that negative force of those people telling you that you're not gonna be nothing, I guarantee you will start living your life and hoping for the best. And I guarantee you will always be prepared when you're expecting the worst.
Oh boy, I'm telling you, man, my brother, man, ate that up, baby. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm living my best life. And the reason why I'm living my best life, because I hope for the best. I expect the worst. But let me tell you, by expecting the worst, I don't have to accept the worst. Mm-hmm. See, I ain't got to accept the worst. I move through the worst and get back to my best. Yeah. See, the worst don't do nothing but give me a shot to get back to the best.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm talking about I don't accept the worst. Ain't no acceptance in me. So once I start believing what y'all say, then I'm already going backwards. Mm-hmm. There's a shift that's going to happen in my life. And the shift is going to happen because my life is going to change. And when my life change, my thinking change. And I don't think about y'all as much as I used to. Y'all don't have as much effect on me like you used to have. I'm talking about I'm in the waiting room, bruh. Yeah. I'm in a hope shot. Yeah. I got a hope shot. Huh? I got a hope to be number one in the world. That's the passion in me. But on the way there, I expect some bumpy roads. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I expect stuff to happen. Huh? See, I was watching this movie yesterday called The Perfect Storm. And I don't know if you ever seen that movie. Yeah. But they was on this boat and they was catching big fish. Yeah. They was catching sharks, man. Huh? They was catching a lot of stuff. They went out in this big old water. Humpy Diddy, all they seen Diddy was water, baby. It was a whole lot of water around. Wasn't a lot of land. But something happened. They didn't expect for two hurricanes to collide. That was not the expectation that they'll get caught in a perfect storm. Huh? So when the storm happened, whoo, boy, they wasn't prepared for it. They tried to turn that big boat around, and they turned it around, but it wouldn't let them out. I'm talking about how you can get turned around, but you can't get out now. Because you done got yourself too deep in. You wasn't expecting that. Huh? See, that was like I did, man. With my marriage, I wasn't expecting for it to end. So I went into the house, bruh, and I went into the fetal position, and I bottomed up. And it cut everything in me. But I was like a diamond. Somebody said, Eric, how do that diamond get to shining? It takes the pressure. And after it takes the pressure, it takes the heat. And once it takes tremendous heat, they cut it, man. But once they cut it, you can't break it no more. So I've been heated. I've been pressurized. And I've been cut. And now I'm hoping for the best. And I'm expecting the worst. But I'm standing because I don't have to accept the worst. I can rise up in the midst of the perfect storm. Because of my hope. Because of your hope. Because of your strength. You can get up and be better than you was yesterday. Make today be the best day of your motivated life. Stand up, man. And stand up, women. Because you are a living proof of hope. Hope. Hoping for the best and expecting the worst. If I can do it, I'm guaranteeing you can do it. I stay motivated because motivation determines what you do. I stay excited. Because excitement breeds enjoyment. And from excitement comes the enthusiasm. And I stay enthusiastic because I'm still on the journey of hope. I'm still on the journey of learning. I'm still on the journey of hoping for the best. Whether it's getting a promotion at my job, whether it's going from a nurse to a doctor, whether it's going from a student to a professor. Can you go from homelessness to a homeowner? I'm talking about a shift. Some things happen beyond your wildest imagination, all because you hoped for the best. And you got through the worst. See, when you get through the worst, that's your expectation. See, I knew this was going to happen or something close to it was going to happen. I don't know the exact thing was going to happen, but I knew something was going to happen to try to knock me down. Because when you climbing up Mount Everest, they don't want you to get to the top because so many couldn't make it. So you're going to have a lot of people saying, man, Eric is a dang on fool trying to climb Mount Everest. But what is your Mount Everest? See, my Mount Everest is right here in the basement. Me and my brother, we ain't on Mount Everest, but we on the best top of the mountain right here, baby. Being #1 in the world. And once we get to the top of Mount Everest, guess what we gonna do? We gonna reach for the stars. And once we reach for the stars, guess what we gonna do? We gonna reach for the moon. And then once we do that, we're reaching for Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Pluto. We're going out of space, baby. Why? Because that's the journey that we are living in. We living to be #1 in the world. Motivation podcast. Morning motivation podcast to give you some motivation, some excitement, and some enthusiasm in your stride throughout the day. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but I'm telling you it's going to be worth it, man. There's some stuff in life that you're going to have to suck up. There's some stuff in life that you're going to have to endure. See, you don't know what the best thing for you is. That's why I say I hope for the best, because what I think might be the best might not be God's best for me. God's best for me might to get rid of what I think is the best thing. So I'm trying to tell you, when you want to love something, and that something might not be for you, and it's removed, was you expecting the removal? You ain't got to accept it, just expect it. And then whatever happened after that, happens. See, expectation can grow to acceptance. Then you can move on with your life to still become the best that you can be. Today is the best day of the rest of my life. This is the first time I've ever seen July 27th, right? 2000 2021. This is a Wednesday. This is the first time I ever seen July 27th, 2021. This ain't the first time I've ever seen July 27th because it's 5 days away from my birthday. This ain't the first time I've seen this day, but it's the first time I've seen it in 2021. So this is the best day of the rest of my life. And like I said before, I'm living my best life. Know what I mean, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sitting here, man, and I'm listening to my brother, man, and I just became overwhelmed with the fact of, like, this topic is basically, man, is this my life, man? Listen, I always hope for the best, man, and I expected the worst, man. Because, listen, you're looking at a living proof of living in the expecting of the worst, man. I'm talking about someone who went from homelessness. I'm talking about someone who bounced with battles with drugs, man. I'm talking about someone who had bouts with going in and out of jail, man. I'm talking about someone that was fighting against the grain, man. I'm talking about someone, man, that always expected the worst because I lived in the worst, man. Because that's what I was about, man. But listen, I'm here to tell you, man, you're looking at a living proof, man, and a true example, man. As long as you get out of the expecting the worst mindset, man, I guarantee you are hope for the best. And this is what I'm living in today, man. You're looking at a living proof of someone, man, who had a bout with drugs, homelessness, eating out of garbage cans and all of that stuff, man. Today I'm standing on a foundation, man, of 20 years clean. I'm talking about someone who had transformed their life, man. Because I believed in myself, man. I believed in myself again, man. I started to live life again, man. I didn't let nothing derail me. I didn't let nothing defeat me this time because I was hoping for the best, man. But I was still expecting the worst while I was still living my best life, man. Because some things are just going to still happen, man. But I'm telling you, man, you are living proof right now. If you're someone that's having a problem with substance, if you're someone that's in a messed up relationship, if you're someone that is financially tapped out, if you're someone, man, that are just going through. But listen, I'm here to tell you, you can change your mindset. You don't always have to expect the worst, man. You can continue to move your mindset to changing it to hoping for the best, man. You can hope that things will change for you because it will. And all you have to do is believe and just trust the process and have some faith, man. I'm here to tell you, you can be that living proof. You can get yourself up and be motivated. You can get yourself up and be enthusiastic. You can get yourself up and be excited. You don't have to be expecting the worst all the time, man. Sometimes some things are just going to happen for you and they're going to be the best for you.
That's right. That's right.
That's going to be the hoping for the best.
It's going to be the hoping.
So sometimes when things happen to you, man, don't look at it like it's the end of the world. Look at it like it's a shift and a change in a new chapter in your life, man. Why would you continue to keep rereading the next chapter, the old chapter, when you got to move on to the new chapter? Huh? I am so motivated and so excited, man, about this new journey of life, man, because I know, man, there's some great things that's getting ready to happen. Some opportunities and doors that's getting ready to happen for me, man. I believe it in my life, man. I'm expecting it. I got an attitude of expectancy, man. I'm expecting the best to happen, man. But guess what, man? But I know the worst is going to happen. I know it's going to be some people that's going to be talking about me. I know it's going to be some people that's going to say, oh, he think, no, Listen, I'm at my humble beginning, man. I'm at a place in my life, man, where I'm grateful, man, that as long as I continue to stay in the process, I know that things are going to work itself out, man. I'm not worried about, like, the derailments or the chatter of people hating on me, man. I don't focus on that stuff, man. I focus on what's in front of me. That's my life, man. And I'm trying to rebuild it. And as long as I continue to keep rebuilding it, man, guess what'll happen, man? I'll build a better life.
That's right.
Are you willing to build a better life? Are you willing to have justice? Are you willing to have equality and justice in your life, man? We're talking about two motivational companies, man, that's getting ready to take the world by storm.
That's right.
Listen, man, we're getting ready to open doors, not only for us, but we're going to create opportunities for other people, because that's where I'm at in my life, man. Listen, I'm not worried about none of the chatter and all of that other stuff that is going on. I don't focus on the negative. I don't continue to keep myself stuck in the mindset of expecting the worst, man. I continue to keep my mindset of hoping for the best, man, because I know everything is going to change. Everything is subjected to change, man.
That's right. That's
everything ain't going to always stay the same unless I want it to stay the same, man. So I know from within myself, man, as long as I continue to keep hoping for the best, I know I can continue to keep preparing myself to get through the perfect storm.
That perfect storm.
The perfect storm, y'all, to be able to expect the worst, and then the worst won't take me down again.
Oh, wait. baby, this thing is awesome sauce on a Wednesday. And people always say Wednesday is the hump day. Huh? Every day is a hump day. You got to give 120% every single day. Every day I open my eyes, I'm on a journey of 120%.
Yeah.
I hope for that. I expect that. But I know in the process of that 120%, there's going to be some people I'm going to run across that's going to try to take my percentage down.
Yeah.
That I expect that. So when somebody comes to me with that negative stuff, I'm already expectated that coming.
Yeah.
I already expected that coming. So when I look at them and I give them that hoping for the best, and I give them that excitement, and I give them that enthusiasm, and I give them that motivation, guess what they say to me? Man, I gotta get away from you. I'm telling you what they say, baby. Because if you live this thing that you say you live, if you excited and enthused and motivated, you're gonna have to prove it, baby. See, that's what they tell me to do. Prove it. Don't talk it, walk it. Because there's going to be some people that's going to come in and try to knock that thing down. And it's going to be some people that can get into you. It's going to be some people that can change you. I remember going in front of the judge, hoping for the best, hoping that he'd give me probation. I hope that I got probation. But I had some expectations because they told me in jail that sooner or later, baby, you're going to walk inside the big house. So that first felony I got, my lawyer said, you're going to get 5 years probation. You understand me? So I went into the judge looking for 5 years probation. I wasn't expecting the worst. I was only hoping for the 5 years probation. But he gave me a 2 1/3 to 7 year prison sentence. And I wasn't expecting it. And it kind of crushed me. Have you ever been traumatized? Huh, bro? I was traumatized. And institutions became a way of life from that traumatizing. Because I didn't expect the worst could happen to me. I never expected that. So if you went in somewhere and your hope was for the best and you wasn't expecting the worst, when the worst happened, what happened to you? How did you feel? Did you learn from that? See, what it taught me to do is the second time I went in front of them, and they told me I had a good shot of probation. Huh? I said, man, I'm going to prison. So when the judge gave me 4 flat and 2 posts, I was already ready. It was a lesser blow. It didn't hurt me that bad. It wasn't traumatizing as the first one was. So I stood up because I was ready for it. Are you ready to be the best person that you can be? If you are ready to be your best, are you ready to be your MVP? Are you ready to be your all-time great? Are you ready to be your most valuable player? Because if you are, guess what's going to have to happen? You're going to have to expect the worst. Kobe Bryant said, they see me hit all of those 1-second buzzer beaters and those game-winning shots, but they never see me miss 1,000 of them in practice. So he expected to hit them, but if he missed it, he always said, I'll get another shot. I'll get another chance. So have you missed your mark before? And have you learned from it? Because you're going to get another chance as long as your eyes open. As long as your feet touch the ground, as long as you manning up and womaning up, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get another shot. Are you ready this time to hit your game winner? Are you ready this time to be your all-star? Are you ready to be your own MVP? Are you hoping for the best and expecting the worst? Are you understanding that expecting the worst ain't like accepting the worst? You don't have to accept the worst, just expect it. So when it happens, I don't gotta mingle in it. I'll be ready to walk through it because I've already expected this to happen or something like it. It don't have to be the thing that I expect because I expect the Niagara Falls to stop running. Can you imagine what Eric expect? I expect the worst to happen, the falls stop running. Now if it stopped running, you already expected it. But now you got to get into the solution. How can they turn it back on? Because we need water, baby. How can we get back into hoping for the best? I'm telling you, man, life is about growth with me. I've been growing from a young guy in the projects. I grew up in Jordan Gardens of Niagara Falls. They call it the West Side. They call Highland Avenue Highland World. H-Dub, baby. I grew up in these projects. I was born in Chocolate City in Niagara Falls. And they called it Chocolate City because that's where a lot of black people grew up at. Center Court. Chocolate City. I was born there, raised in JG. Moved to Midtown, went over to the east side, and went to school in LaSalle area. That is the upper echelon class in Niagara Falls. Had people in DeVoe and went out to Lewiston. So that's Niagara Falls. I've been all over this town. I've been all over this city. Moved and went to Buffalo too, where my brother was growing up at. Cold Springs. And it was cold over there, baby. It was cold bodies over there, baby. It was coldness going on over there. But who would have thought they would bring us two together? JG, Jordan Gardens, and Cold Springs from Buffalo. Who would have thought they'll bring us together, man, and make us #1 in the world? Who would have thought Morning Motivation will bring two guys from two separate towns, two separate cities, and bring us together and act as one? Because we hope for the best. We expected the worst. See, I got a whole lot of people in Niagara Falls. He knew a whole lot of people in Buffalo. But it took us two to get together, man, to bring some morning motivation to y'all. Stand up, people, because if we can make it, if we can do it, if we can continue this journey, you can too. Ain't no more excuses, baby. This is going all over the world. This ain't just in Niagara Falls and Buffalo. This ain't just in Rochester and Albany. This ain't just in New York City. We're taking it to different states. Why? Because killings and people need to be motivated in Chicago, in Washington, D.C. People need to be motivated in Detroit, Michigan. People need to be motivated in Houston, Texas. In New Orleans, Louisiana. People need to be motivated all over the world. And how about in different countries? Can you help thousands and millions of people go to Africa and say, Ali Boumaye? Ali Boumaye. I'm telling you, baby. This thing is going to blow up beyond your wildest imagination because motivation is needed throughout the world. So be a part of the movement. Put morning motivation #1 in the country. Put morning motivation #1 in the world. Two guys starting from the basement. We ain't millionaires. We ain't rich. But we rich in spirit. We rich in our spirit. And all we need for y'all is to make a dream of two little guys come true. Motivation, baby. #1 in the world. Every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tune in to two motivated spirits that's excited to give you nothing but motivation and to help you be enthused about your life. Know what I mean, big bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I'm just sitting here, man. I'm just forever grateful, man, of just being in the mindset of just being just happy, man, and just knowing that I can stand hoping for the best, man. Because when I hope for the best, that means I live a stress-free life. When I hope for the best, that means I ain't worrying. When I hope for the best, that means that I ain't living with no regrets. When I hope for the best, that means that I'm living without fear, man. Like when I begin to live my life like that, and I begin to think like that, man, and despite expecting the worst, man, because listen, man, sometimes, man, we are justifying, we give ourselves excuses to live in the expectations of the worst, man. But I'm here to tell you, man, listen, excuses are like lies wrapped with reasoning. Are you going to continue to keep giving yourself an excuse? Are you going to continue to keep lying to yourself? Are you going to continue to keep justifying to yourself? Are you going to keep telling yourself that you need to be where you at because this is all you ever accepted? Listen, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to accept that or even expect it anymore. No. You can change that stuff.
Change it!
And it all starts with you. All you have to do is change how you think. Once you change how you think, man, everything else will begin to follow, man. All you have to do is get around the right set of people. Because sometimes, man, sometimes it's the people that we're around, man, that brings us down. Because you can have a motivating spirit and all of that stuff, man, and hoping for the best. But then as soon as you get around the wrong set of people, guess what'll happen? The bad things will start, man. You will start losing things. You will start like expecting these things to happen over and over and over again, man. Because sometimes that's what some people want to happen. Some people just don't want to see you elevate. Some people just don't want to see nothing good happen for you, man. Some people want you to be at the level that they are, man.
That's right.
But listen, I'm here to tell you, listen, never let no one take you back to the level you just leveled up from.
Man, don't do it.
Because you deserve to continue to keep leveling up no matter what, man.
No matter what.
Because I'm here to tell you, man, that every time you get to a new level, there's a new devil, man. There's always going to be something that's going to happen. So keep expecting it, but keep pushing. Keep fighting, but keep letting yourself know that, like, listen, I'm courageous enough and I'm bold enough to keep fighting despite these new devils that's in my life. Because listen, man, because I got a blessed spirit, man. I got a blessed life, man, because I know I got a purpose. Do you know what your purpose is? Are you living in your purpose, man? Are you living in the expectations of the life that you know that you deserve today?
Yes, sir.
So get up off of your couch.
Get up!
Change your attitude, man.
Change up!
If you walking around right now, man, and you think that life can't happen for you in a good way, listen, you're looking at two people. You even got the film cameraman right now that's recording us right now. I'm quite sure he done been through some storms, man. But guess what? He pulled himself up out of it too. And guess what, man? He changed his life, man. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about some black men, man, that have been in the trenches and that have transformed their lives, man, and living their best life, man. And that's going to keep living their best life, man, because we're going to keep fighting until we get to the top. And guess what happens when we get to the top? We're going to bring some people right along with us.
You better believe it.
Because we're not going to forget no one, man.
No,
we don't forget where we come from, man. Because listen, at the end of the day, man, despite expecting the worst to happen, man, but we're going to continue to keep hoping for the best.
Man, I'm trying to tell you something, man. Here's the truth. See, if you heard the topic, then you understand what it means. It says we hoping for the best first. That's the hope, baby. Because that's what life is. Life is about hope. But we're expecting on our hoping for the best that there's some stuff that might happen. That's expecting the worst. We're not putting it flip-flop. We're not expecting the worst and hoping for the best. See, there's a flip-flop to that. A lot of people come from the worst. Like my brother said, we always put expecting the worst first. And we put hoping for the best second. But when you put the worst first, then you get the worst. That's why we reversed it. We're talking about a reverse in it. See, when they used to run the double reverse. Remember in football when we used to play as little kids and we used to design a play called the double reverse. And the first time we ran it, it was awesome sauce. Why? Because it was hoping for the best and expecting the worst. But here comes the problem when we expect the worst. We start fumbling the ball. We can't hand it off right. The guy runned into each other. They can't get off the line of scrimmage because you expecting the worst. But once you start hoping for the best, it changed the dynamic of the double reverse. The double reverse became a successful play. I'm telling you, the dynamics change when you reverse the scenario. So reverse the scenario in your life. If you didn't have motivation, have it today. Watch what happened in your life. If you didn't have no excitement, have it today. And watch what happened in your life. If you didn't have no enthusiasm, have it today. And guess what happened? And watch what happened in your life. See, I didn't come this far in my journey to turn back now. They say, Eric, turn down. Man, I'm still turning up. I'm turning up. Why? Because I'm hoping for the best. But I always know in the hope, there's a whole lot of things that happen in that hope. Because God got a purpose on my life, bro. My brother said, if you ain't living in your purpose, what is your purpose? What is your existence for? So can you get to your purpose? What is your purpose? If you ain't living in that hope, then what are you living for? See, I'm in the process of a hope shot. And the hope shot that I'm in the process is I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be able to get through the worst thing that can happen to me. And I thought it was my mother being laid to rest. But when I wasn't prepared for a divorce and a breakup in my marriage, I found out that the inside of me was torn out. And I wasn't expecting that worse. Today I am. Today I done got back on the train, baby. Today I done got back into the hope of life. I'm hoping for the best, man. And my life is prospering beyond my wildest imagination. So people, listen, man. If you ever been knocked down, it ain't about getting knocked down. I started this process in saying, Buster Douglas got knocked down, but he got up and knocked Tyson out and gave him his first loss when Tyson was a beast. When people said Iron Mike couldn't be beat. Just like they said David couldn't beat Goliath. Remember that, bro? Mm-hmm. They wrote a whole story on that. They wrote a whole chapter on that. Yeah. They said David couldn't slay Goliath. And with the faith and the hoping for the best, David slayed Goliath. Yeah, baby. Huh? So all things is possible if you live in the hope. Mm-hmm. But don't forget to expect the worst. Because the devil's greatest strength is to make people think he don't exist. So if he can bamboozle you with that unseen stuff, see, that unseen stuff will trick you and trap you up. It will backdoor you. You looking for the punch in the face and he punching you in the back of the head. But each punch means pressure. And each pressure comes heat. And once you pressurized and heated up, now you got to get cut like the diamond. But once you get cut, they can't break you no more. So I'm standing up and I'm shining like a diamond. Why? Because I'm hoping for the best and I'm expecting the worst. So let's do this journey together, man. Let's go on this journey, this life journey of morning motivation with two motivational speakers. Both got their own motivational company, but came together as one for morning motivation. In my company, E&J, motivational service, equality and justice. It don't stand for Eric James. It stands for equality and justice. Motivational company. That's me, CEO and president. A guy from Jordan Garden Projects, ran on Highland Avenue, went on the East, chilled in Midtown, hung on East Falls, went to Crack Court on 6th Street. He got his own motivational company. It's possible. What seems impossible becomes possible. Why? Because I tapped into the hope for the best. But I know that I can expect the worst. Bro, tell them what's the name of your company is, baby.
My company is BABL, Build a Better Life Motivational Services. We're talking about building your life one step at a time, one block at a time, one margin at a time, man, 1 inch at a time. That's what life is about, man. It's about building, man. Listen, man, it's only 2 ingredients, man, to living your, it's only 2 ingredients, man, to seeing the dream become a reality. It's about building the dream and then living your dream. So it's up to you. It's up to you to do that. So are you building your dream? What are you doing today with your life today, man? What are you doing with yourself today, man? Are you getting out of that lazy posture that you've been living in? Are you getting out of that self-defeated attitude, man? Are you telling yourself that you can have the best things in life, man? And I ain't talking about the big house and the car and all that stuff, man. I'm talking about the best things in life. I'm talking about when you can be happy within yourself, man. I'm talking about true stability. When you can be happy,
freedom!
When you can be happy with or without a man or a woman, when you can be happy with or without any of that stuff. But I'm just talking about being okay within yourself. Can you be comfortable enough to live in your own skin? Can you live in your own truth and be happy with yourself?
Inner peace.
That's what we're talking about. Just hoping for the best, man. And just so you can prepare yourself that when life throws you these curveballs, man, you can expect it to happen, but that don't mean that you gotta live in that stuff anymore.
You don't have to accept it.
You don't. Listen, why cry over spilt milk? You know the old saying, listen, crying over spilt milk. Listen, if it's spilt, guess what? Get a rag and wipe it up and pour you another glass.
Now give us our closing announcements, big bro.
Listen, here at the Entrepreneur School of Thought, man, we open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have Mondays and Tuesdays. If you want to come out and try your chess, you can come on out and try your chess game with the president of the school, Trent Hamilton, and he has an awesome game. So if you think you got an awesome game, come on out and be a part of it. And then also on Wednesdays, they do have a lady that comes up and they do the business classes to help you get your DBA and your LLC. So come on out and be a part of that. Also, they have a women's group that is not going to be recorded live or any of that stuff. So you can come on out and you can share your experiences with some of the ladies that have been through the same life-changing, traumatic experiences, and you can come out and become a better person. Then we have on Thursdays, every Thursday at 4 o'clock, they have a women's group called Inspiring Sisters, very empowering women. We also have the beautiful Unica, who has her own fitness. It's called Desire to Inspire. She believes health as well. So come on out, be a part of that. Also, we have our favorite day of the week, and that's on Fridays. And what's the name of that, bruh?
Express yourself.
It starts at 3 o'clock every Friday, man. If you have any ideas or concerns that you want to bring and you want to talk about, you can bring them here at the Entrepreneur School of Thought, man. We're willing to help and we're willing to do whatever we can to continue to better our communities as well. If you have an inspiring story, we want you to come out and share your story, man, so that you can empower someone, man, so they can believe in themselves, so they can be able to share their story with someone else. If you have a business,
yes, sir.
If you have a business and you want to share it, come and share it with us. Come on out and you share it with us. Also, on the August the 4th, we're going to be having a black business workshop where everyone that owns a business come on out so that we can know who all the black business owners is, so that we can continue to keep generating our revenue within our community and with each other, support black businesses as well. And then also August the 6th, the Inspiring Sisters are going to have a baked goods sale here at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock here at the Entrepreneur School of Thought. And then we got some amazing more events that are coming up. We're going to have on August the 13th on Express Yourself Friday. It's going to be a very special one. We're going to try to bring some people from Buffalo to come up here. The Women Against Violence, that's going to try to get them to come up here and they spread their word about the gun violence and everything. But we're also going to be doing a fish fry that day as well. So if you're not doing nothing on any of those days, come on out, become a part of, man, and hang out with us here at the Entrepreneur School of Thought, man, so we can continue to move it because we all we got. And then also August the 28th, the Inspiring Sisters are giving an event where you can be able to come out and if you are in entrepreneurship, it starts at $30 an hour. It's going to be at Packer Court Community Center. Going to be some amazing sisters that's going to be there. That's going to be speaking. They have tickets now that are $10 a ticket. So come out, be a part of it. So help support the Inspiring Sisters because they have been really doing their thing here at the Entrepreneur School of Thought. And continue to keep supporting the morning podcast. Continue to keep supporting Morning Motivation. Continue to keep supporting Eric J. and Antoine W. Well, we thank y'all for your love.
You soon gonna see it on YouTube. You soon gonna see it on iTunes. We gonna see it on Spotify. You're gonna soon see it, be able to go on those places, those media places, and be able to watch Morning Motivation podcast with Eric J and Antoine W. We gonna be on Spotify. We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on iTunes. You're going to have it throughout the world, baby. Let's do it, and let's do it big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So continue to keep supporting us, man. We thank y'all for tuning in today. We thank y'all for your love, your support. We appreciate y'all. So have a blessed and beautiful day. And remember, continue to hope for the best and always prepare yourself to expect the worst.
Hi, love y'all. Have your best day.
Yeah, I just